If I could go back 3 months ago, the person that I would be talking to in this video is myself. Because leaving my friends and family, moving across the world to Bali, and running $1 million business has been a lot, while also feeling like nothing at the same time. And what I didn't realize was there's a lot that I needed at the time that I didn't get. So this video is talking to that version of myself. So if you feel like you are lost, you feel like you're going through a lot of change, then hopefully some of this will resonate. So basically, up until about a month and a half ago, my life here in Bali was just work. And last month, me and my business partner, Alex, we decided to take a step back, live life a little bit more, play a little more PS5, go to a little more places. And really, all that led to is that I don't know what I'm doing, right? I don't know why I'm doing business. I don't know why I'm doing XYZ. I don't know the meaning behind it, blah, 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 blah. And this sent me down a spiral for a little bit, but that just led to a very clear point that it's okay to not know what the fuck you're doing. And I mean that in the most sincere way. So let me explain on this. Back when I was a wee little laddie, when I was 15, I didn't really know what I was doing. My whole life was just, hey, I would play sports. Then I would go to school, play some more sports, and I would just live that cycle on repeat. And then sports kind of slowed down, money became a real thing, and I needed a job. So my friend recommended me for a dishwashing position at a restaurant. I think this was when I was 16 or 17. Because I was looking for a job for about a year. Then he recommended me to a restaurant. For reference, I hate cooking, so I had no business being in a restaurant. I had no idea what I was doing. Sure enough, 4 years later, I'm running my own restaurant. Running it. Meaning I am the person in charge. Makes no sense. And to this day, I still hate cooking. While I was running the restaurant, I still hated cooking. But the things that I got from that were tremendous, right? I got so many skills of communication, so many skills of leadership that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to get, which allows me to communicate with you here today, to work on my business with my business partner and have a great relationship there. Now, did this mean that, oh, that experience made me find myself? No, because I still have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And that's good. Because every time that I've had no idea what the fuck I'm doing, it's led to something much greater. Look at Bali. I decided to up and leave my family, up and leave my friends, the people that I deemed closest to me in the world, and literally take a 16-hour plane flight to a third world island. And I always feel like every season of my life when I had no idea what I was doing, and then I made a couple of big decisions, something went right. So as much as people always say, it's okay to not know what you're doing, there's always this overwhelming pressure in your early 20s and late teens of, oh, you're supposed to have things figured out because generations before our parents and grandparents bought their house for a grape and a blueberry and they were settling down with their family having their third kid at 27, right? Life is just a little bit different. So I think if somebody told me that a couple months ago, then I probably wouldn't have had a drought of trying to figure out meaning of stuff that doesn't really matter, to be frank. Which also leads me to the next point of this, which is you don't need permission from anyone else to do something. You don't. I'm going to use business as an example here because, well, that's the world that I live in right now. A lot of people get stuck in this world of being scared to start. And that is a perfectly understandable place to be. But once you get past that, the challenges don't really change. They just get bigger, right? And the problem with these challenges that you inevitably face, no matter where it is, no matter if it's following, I don't know, a dream of being a stand up comedian or being a fucking barista, most people that you are currently around will not understand the thoughts that you have. They will not understand the goals that you have. What's good? There's the business partner looking swaggy in a robe. But people aren't going to understand. So why do you need permission from other people to go do things that you want to do? If the time that you have on Earth is finite, why would you waste it trying to live somebody else's story? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I say this a lot to the people who know me, but I hate the word should. It's like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. No, you should do whatever the fuck you want. And I wish I told myself that more because I find myself playing this game of what I should be doing, what I should be doing, yet I hate the word should. So I think that was a really big thing over the last couple of months for me. And I really feel like that's always been something that's been top of mind for me. Whether or not I acknowledged it or not, understanding that I didn't need permission from other people to do something that I wanted was really important. Once again, using business as an example, if the people that I grew up with played sports and played video games and were the friends that I made for fun, for enjoyment of my time in school, how are they supposed to understand that I'm wanting to build something that goes against the path that they've been taught their entire life, which is, hey, go to school, go to university, go get a job, right? If I'm going to go say that I want to do something else, most people aren't going to understand that. So I'd like to often remind myself of that because if I have an idea to do something or if I want to do something, it's like, what other external validation am I looking for? Like, it would be selfish of me to not do something that I feel like I can do because somebody told me I can't. Like, imagine being on your deathbed and having something that you really wanted to do. Nope. I was too scared because this person from high school who I don't even give a shit about anymore told me that I shouldn't do that. Like, what the fuck? With that as well, like, both of those points, not knowing what the fuck you're doing and that being okay, and not needing permission to go do what you want, like, when those combine, you get to the state of limbo, as I did, right? Me and my business partner, we didn't take a month off of business, but we really stepped back a little bit, tried to enjoy life a little bit more, tried to just adjust, right? Do things a little bit differently. And here's what that led to. That led to one, the business going down in revenue. Just clean and clear. We did, I think it was what, 70 something and then went to 50 something. I don't know. We dropped in money that we made, which was one thing. Better or worse, I don't really care. That's not true. I really do care. But there was one thing. And then the second thing is, like I said, I had more time to think about everything and think about like meaning, have that fucking crisis of meaning that people have, and think about things that just aren't fucking real, right? Think having myself be worried about things that I can't control. Basically got into a rut, which has led me to the biggest learning of my entire life consistently. You can just wake up and decide, we are so bad. You can just wake up and decide, cool, I am a different person, right? If you want to be somebody who is super motivated, who wakes up early, who attacks the day with a workout and then gets right to work, so works for 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, you can just do that. You can just wake up and be that person. You need to wake up and be like, I am somebody who takes care of his body. I am somebody who runs a successful business. Like, you can absolutely just be that person. Because the first thing in becoming a person is adopting the character traits. As many people probably know, once you start taking the actions of somebody that you want to be or somebody that you want to embody, you do exactly that. You start embodying it and you start becoming that person, right? So if I want to be somebody who is absolutely fucking yoked, obviously I'm not, I'm pretty skinny right now, but I just wake up and decide that I am that person. And inevitably, I'm going to start taking the actions of that person, right? So in this case, I let my health drop a little bit. I started taking care of myself less, not really focusing on what I was eating. And I got slightly out of shape and my business tanked. So now I just wake up and decide I'm the fucking man because I can. Like, everybody has problems. Everybody has reasons why they think that they can't do it. And like, they burden themselves by saying, "Oh, it's different. Like, you don't get it." Blah 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 blah. No, it's selfish to think that, right? My one of my roommates, he was telling me about this the other day. So basically, him, another roommate of mine, and me were talking about my friend's business problems, and my British roommate, absolute meaty, basically was brought up a point that is just so factual. Everybody has problems. Everybody has shit that they go through. And all of us basically have the same problems in different packaging. So it is fundamentally just selfish to think that your problems are different than anybody else's. And that really hit because when I think about everything that's happened in my life, I'm not the only person that it's happened to, right? Everybody has that. Everybody has struggles with some relationships. Everybody has, if you start a business, everybody has struggles in business or their career. Like, every single person who is where I want to be has gone through the exact same problems as me. Maybe with a different wrapping paper, but guess what? They're the exact same fucking thing. So to think that you are any different and to think that you are special, you are fundamentally being selfish and neglecting the fact that everybody around you has gone through the exact same fucking thing. beating a dead horse now, but it's just such a valid point. I really thought about that, which is when I decided to make this video. I would rather not be somebody that encounters a problem and thinks, woe is me. I would rather be somebody who can handle it and moves forward, because problems and suffering are going to be a constant no matter what you do. So it's foolish to think that you are so special that you deserve not to have those problems, because I don't think anybody deserves not to have those problems. That's part of becoming who you want to be. So if you're in that weird state of limbo, like I have been for the last month, well, not anymore, listen to this and listen to those 3 points again. Understand that it's genuinely okay to not have any fucking idea what you are doing. Genuinely. Because you will be better on the other side. You don't need permission from anybody to take those steps that get you to the other side. And you are not so special that you deserve not to encounter the problems and slay the dragons along the way. Obviously, I talk a lot about business on this channel, but this is definitely more of a raw video. Just a couple of thoughts that have popped up over the last little bit for me, and I really wanted to just make something talking to that older version of myself. So if any of this potentially resonated with you, hopefully there's one person out there that sees that this was helpful for. But in any case, that'll be it. If you stick around, great. If not, well, doesn't impact me. But like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.